Hey, what's up guys, how you all doing? I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome back to the channel, where today I'm going to be performing a real world daytime brightness and reflection test between two TVs. And those TVs are, up top, the 65-inch LG G5 OLED, and down the bottom, the 65-inch Sony Bravia 8 Mark II OLED. Now in today's video we will just be concentrating on the brightness levels and reflection handling of these two TVs, but I have done a more in-depth video where I compare both TVs when it comes to the picture and the sound. And if you want to see that video, I'll put a link to that in the description. Plus I've done full unboxing videos of both TVs, and again I'll put links to those in the description. Okie dokie, let's crack on then. And first off, what I want to do is just show you the environment that the TVs are in. So as you can see, we've got some nice big windows there, a lot of natural daylight coming in. I have had to stack the TVs top and bottom because I'm not able to put them side by side, but I do my best to move around so both TVs get these same reflections. But what I've first done is I've knocked both TVs off, and I just want to do the wave test. Can we see me in the LG G5 up top? Yes, we can. It's not like an absolute mirror, but we can see me waving just there. But if we go down to the Sony, yeah, we can ever so slightly, but it's definitely better than the LG if I go between the two. Yeah. The Sony wins. So let's now move around to the side, and yes, I'm fully aware that that unit is there, but it's not going to stop the reflections hitting the Sony. But concentrating on the LG, yes, we can see those reflections just there. Got a bit of a purple tint going on, but if we go down to the Sony to get the same reflection, and yeah, that is even more of a purple tint. Actually, I'd say it's more going towards a pinky purple tint, but it is doing a better job with those reflections. So we've almost got a 50-50 split there. And yeah, the Sony is the winner. Right, moving on now. And what I've done, I've set both TVs to their max brightness levels. And let's see how they are looking. Well, I think it's fair to say that the LG is significantly brighter. I don't know how well that is coming across on camera. As I always say, what I'm seeing in person may not be exactly what you see at home, viewing it through various devices. Obviously, people have different devices that are tuned in different ways. But yeah, that to me is massively brighter, especially on this scene. The highlights just there from the sun, yeah, just immense. Now, if we go around to the side, can we see any of those reflections? Well, not really, not on this scene. Maybe a little, yeah, a little bit just there. Now, if it's a darker scene, that'd be different, and I will change up in a minute. But it is just so intensely bright. It's overcoming the reflections coming through the window. And if we move down to the Sony, well, whilst it's not as bright, again, I'll just go in close at so we get a good view of the window there. And it's not being affected, to be fair, on this scene because it is still a bright OLED at the end of the day. But it's just the G5 is even brighter again. So looking at these clouds, look how bright they are just there on the LG. And again, in this shot, look at them there. Looks crazy. Nice crispy white as well on those LG clouds. But on the Sony, yeah, not so bright, not so crispy white. Now, it may look a bit pinkish on the Sony. That's just my camera and the type of screen that it is. So just ignore any pink tones that you see. But the whites aren't quite as nice. Once again, on the clouds just there, fine example. Brickwork as well, looking brighter on the LG. Let's just move around once again. Even the signs obviously are looking brighter there. So when it comes to the brightness, LG is without a doubt the clear winner. Firing up a darker piece of footage now then, and black levels looking absolutely gorgeous on both, as they should do because they are OLED TVs, so we get those perfect blacks. Once again though, both TVs are set to their maximum brightness, and we can see the clear difference between the two. The LG is just simply blowing out on the camera because it is that bright. But obviously in person you can see all those details, but the camera is just struggling to expose both at the same time. Now once again, let's now move round, and because we've got black on the screen, we are now seeing reflections. Obviously in the parts that are bright, we're not seeing those reflections so well. But yeah, dark areas are a bit of an issue. Going down to the Sony, and yes, we can see reflections again in the black areas, but far less than the LG there. Again, on the bright areas, it's doing well. If I go in close, maybe seeing a little bit of reflection there in the brighter areas, but it's only a fraction. So because the Sony's reflection handling is slightly better, it doesn't actually really require quite as much brightness to overcome those reflections. But let's just go between the two again. So LG there, Sony there. Yeah. So I think the results are pretty clear. The LG is definitely the brighter at the two TVs, but the Sony's screen is slightly better when it comes to handling those reflections, especially in darker scenes. So there you go then guys, short but sweet video, but I thought I'd do it anyway for those who don't want to sit through an extra long video where I compare the two TVs in finer details. So if you do appreciate what I've done here, do us a favour and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future, and hopefully I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Bye for now.